a moment of clarity for your journey ahead. Today, let's talk about the watchful Christian, discernment, and faith-based media choices. I want to share a few practical, scripture-shaped ideas you can carry into your week. In the age of endless streaming and ever-present screens, entertainment is just a click away. For Christians striving to live wisely and faithfully, these options present both blessings and dangers. The Apostle Paul reminds us that while all things are lawful, not all things are profitable. With so many voices and stories competing for our hearts and minds, how do we make choices that honor God? This article explores a time-tested path, discernment, rooted in biblical truth, guiding believers to seek entertainment that builds up rather than tears down. Biblical foundations for discernment. Christian discernment isn't merely a matter of taste or preference. It's a spiritual discipline. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 14 explains that solid food is for the mature, who by constant use have trained themselves to distinguish good from evil. The picture is of believers who, by persistent practice, develop a keen sense of what pleases God and what leads away from Him. Matthew Henry, reflecting on this passage, notes that it's through constant exercise of the faculties that Christians rightly judge spiritual matters. In other words, discernment grows as we train our spiritual senses by absorbing Scripture, seeking God in prayer, and honestly evaluating what we allow into our lives. Discernment is a hallmark of spiritual maturity. It saves us from subtle dangers, those things that might seem harmless or even beneficial, but, over time, erode our values or dull our spiritual senses. Just as we teach children to avoid harmful food, so God calls His children to avoid media that corrupts, distracts, or undermines faith. 2. Principles for selecting faith-based entertainment. So how do we choose well? Scripture provides a clear guideline in Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. Whatever is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. The Greek term, think, in this verse calls us beyond passive consumption to intentional, focused dwelling. Take a moment to reflect on what God is showing you. Our minds were created to meditate on truth, but media can either elevate or pollute the spirit. John Calvin observed that our thoughts powerfully shape our character and habits. What we choose to dwell on, whether books, movies, or music, fills our hearts and overflows into our lives. If a film glamorizes sin, trivializes faith, or mocks righteousness, we must honestly ask if it deserves a place in our attention. In practice, we can filter entertainment by the attributes listed in Philippians 4-8. Is it true? Does it present reality accurately or glorify falsehood? Is it noble or honorable? Does it inspire respect and integrity? Is it pure? Does it uphold moral and relational purity? Only media that passes these filters is truly worthy of a believer's focus. 3. Recommendations and practical strategies. How do believers put discernment into practice in a world overflowing with content? Here are proven steps. Rely on trusted resources. Christian review sites, such as Plugged In, provide in-depth, biblically informed assessments of movies, TV shows, and music. These reviews offer more than H ratings. They evaluate content for language, values, and spiritual implications. Set boundaries. Use parental controls for younger family members, but don't stop there. Adults, too, benefit from accountability partners, friends or mentors who will ask hard questions and encourage wise decisions. Before you go, here's a simple challenge. Pick one sentence from today that stood out, write it down, and pray it back to God in your own words. If this encouraged you, consider exploring more of Life Compass, one small step at a time. Your next step awaits.